This is a story based on something that actually happened inside an architecture firm. Their team uploaded a set of design drawings into an AI review system, and within just 3 minutes, the software flagged 17 separate structural clash errors. Had those errors gone undetected and surfaced on the construction site, the firm would have faced hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages, protracted legal disputes, and costly project delays. But here is where the story gets truly remarkable. When their professional liability insurance renewal arrived the following year, the premium had been cut almost in half. AI is now predicting design errors before they happen, and it is fundamentally reshaping how the architecture and construction industry understands risk. Over the next 10 minutes, we will break down exactly what this shift means for your practice. In the construction industry, design errors are far more than simple oversights. They are financial time bombs whose cost multiplies the later they are discovered. Industry research consistently shows that roughly 60 to 65% of all construction defect disputes can be traced back to decisions made at the design stage. The critical problem is that these errors are rarely caught where they originate. They surface during construction, or worse, after a building has already been handed over to its occupants. That gap in discovery time carries enormous financial consequences. A structural clash corrected at the design stage costs a fraction of what it takes to fix mid-construction, and resolving the same error after a building is complete can run 10 to 100 times higher still. It is precisely this hidden cost structure, errors multiplying in value the longer they go undetected, that has driven the professional liability insurance market to expand year after year. And now, AI is changing this equation entirely by catching errors before a single beam is placed. AI-powered design error prediction operates on 3 core technologies working in concert. The first is BIM clash detection. Machine learning continuously scans every layer of a 3D building model: structural, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, identifying points where systems physically collide in 3-dimensional space. These are exactly the kinds of spatial conflicts a human reviewer can miss when examining 2-dimensional drawings sheet by sheet. AI drawing review tools can flag these errors in as little as 3 minutes, a task that may take a skilled human reviewer several hours to complete manually. The second technology is historical defect learning. AI trained on thousands of past construction defect cases learns to recognize familiar high-risk design patterns as they emerge in new drawings, and raises early warning signals before a single structural element is committed to the field. The third is automated code compliance review. Hundreds of building regulations, structural standards, fire safety codes, energy performance requirements are cross-referenced in real time against the active design, blocking potential violations before they are ever submitted for approval. When all 3 systems operate together, risks that no individual reviewer could realistically catch on their own are surfaced in a single structured report. Projects that undergo AI-based design verification report approximately 41% fewer construction defects, a reduction with direct and measurable implications for how insurers price professional risk. What is especially striking about this transformation is that it was insurers, not architects, who recognized its implications first. Global insurance groups Zurich and AXA began integrating AI risk scoring systems into their construction underwriting processes as early as 2022. The mechanism is straightforward. Projects that complete AI-based error verification before breaking ground are assigned a quantifiably lower risk profile, and that lower profile translates directly into premium discounts at renewal. Major regional insurers across North America, Europe, and Asia-Pacific have since launched similar pilot programs, applying the same actuarial rationale to their own books of business. The underlying data supports this decisively. Projects verified by AI report approximately 41% fewer construction defects compared to the industry baseline, and claim and dispute rates are substantially lower across the board. For insurers, these clients simply cost less to cover, and pricing that difference in is not generosity, it is sound underwriting. The result is a new dynamic in which AI verification is becoming an active lever that architects and developers can use during premium negotiations, not merely a workflow improvement. So what tools should you actually be using today? Here is a practical 4-step framework that practices of any size can begin applying immediately. First, integrate Autodesk Navisworks Manage with your existing Revit workflow. This combination automates 3D clash detection across your full BIM model and is the most widely adopted AI-assisted coordination solution in commercial architecture and construction globally. Firms using AI-powered BIM clash detection have reported approximately 38% fewer requests for information on site, a direct and measurable signal of fewer unexpected coordination problems emerging during construction. Second, evaluate early-stage AI platforms such as Archistar and Cove.tool. These tools analyze code compliance and energy performance simultaneously at the concept design stage, before significant design investment has been committed, giving teams a chance to course-correct at minimum cost. Third, explore purpose-built AI design verification platforms such as Autodesk Forma and TestFit, which offer automated feasibility analysis, massing optimization, and compliance checks tailored to specific building typologies and regional regulatory environments. Fourth, and critically, once AI verification is complete, generate a formal verification report and present it to your insurer at renewal. This documented evidence of reduced project risk is the foundation of a premium negotiation, and increasingly, underwriters are actively requesting it as part of their intake process. What will the construction insurance market look like 5 years from now? Industry analysts project that AI-driven risk management in construction will expand dramatically through 2030, with some forecasts pointing to an 8-fold increase in the addressable market compared to where it stands today. But the more consequential shift is not market scale. It is how the architecture of insurance pricing itself will be restructured. The model that has governed the industry for decades is fundamentally reactive. A loss occurs, a claim is filed, and premiums are recalibrated at the next annual renewal. As AI verification becomes the industry standard, this model will give way to dynamic premium pricing, where risk is monitored in real time throughout a project's life cycle, and premiums adjust continuously as verified risk levels rise or fall. A project carrying clean AI verification at every design milestone will pay progressively less than a project with unresolved risk flags, month by month. Not just at renewal. Governments and regulatory bodies across multiple regions are already exploring frameworks that would mandate AI-based design verification for public infrastructure projects. Firms that embed these tools before mandates arrive will have already optimized their workflows and established competitive positioning, while later adopters are still climbing the learning curve. The question is no longer whether AI verification becomes standard practice. It is whether your firm will lead that transition or be carried along by it. Let us bring today's key takeaways together. Design errors grow exponentially more expensive the later they are caught, from a minor correction at the concept stage to a 6-figure liability dispute after a building is already occupied. AI catches these errors at the source, reducing construction defect rates by approximately 41% and cutting professional liability premiums by as much as 50%. And insurers are already factoring AI verification directly into how they price coverage. This is not a future scenario. It is the underwriting reality right now. So where does your practice stand today? If you are already working in BIM, activate clash detection in Navisworks today. It takes minutes to enable and can measurably change the risk profile of every project your team runs. If you have not yet adopted BIM, AI-powered design verification is precisely the competitive differentiator that can set your firm apart in both client conversations and fee negotiations. Tell us in the comments, what methods are you currently using to manage design risk on your projects? In our next video, we will break down the real-world implementation costs and return on investment of AI adoption across architecture firms worldwide, with specific numbers drawn from actual